Hey, thanks for joining me. So, today I am playing a little bit of Schoolgirl Zombie Hunter, which I just got. Doing the really low tech video here again. But I wanted to vlog a bit. Oh, that's interesting. Um, yes. I just wanted to vlog a little bit about some stuff. Specifically the Switch. I haven't really given my impressions on that yet. Um, I've seen people's videos about it at this point, and the dust has settled. And I just wanted to give my 2 cents on it. Uh, I'm not usually super into Nintendo's press releases and their tree houses and that sort of thing. But I'm interested in the Switch. It's new hardware, and I was interested in the Wii U. I feel like I'm kind of on board with it. I have a small Wii U collection. Um, I just don't have the hardware yet. Oh, so she's found Sayori, and she's like, "Oh, thank goodness." And so Risa, this was her childhood friend, I guess. She's like, "Thank you." Like, "You're welcome." It's like, "What are you doing here? You didn't escape?" It's like, I couldn't leave without you." So anyway, actually, I tried this once already. As I saw this, I know you guys didn't really, but it's just them, you know, basically deciding that they are there for each other and they're going to protect each other, and then they're going to go find their friends. Um, so yeah, so it's like the the Switch presentation, was fine. Um, they they showed off the hardware, they showed off some games and stuff like that, and and they said some good stuff. So it's like it's going to be region free, which is great. I mean, that's the reason why I'm able to play this game, and it's just convenient. Like you don't have to buy a whole nother set of hardware in order to play games from a different region. It's just it's a big convenience. It's a big money saver, and um, it's like they've got some people on board. Sort of their like second party developers. Like Monolith Soft is doing another Xenoblade game, which is totally cool. But overall, my impression of the Switch was kind of like it's the same strategy as the Wii U. Um, the Wii U, they were like, all right, let's get some other people on board, third parties, and they ended up porting over some of the stuff that they could port over to the Wii U because it was pretty much at the same hardware level that the other consoles were. But it looks like they're doing the same sort of thing. They're like, let's do kind of a gimmick. It's a portable slash home console, which is fine. Excuse me. Um, it seems like a pretty interesting strategy, but it seems like once again it's kind of underpowered hardware in relation to certainly what Sony and Microsoft are doing here pretty soon, and it's they're doing the same stuff. They're catering, I think, to the same sort of broad audience in that they're like, well, let's do some motion control stuff. Let's have some Nintendo Kitty kind of stuff, and um, let's just sort of like do the same thing that they've been doing. Is the impression I'm getting, and I think probably what would have won them more fans is if they were like, all right, like let's just make a system for our fans, like for our hardcore fans. Let's make a just a kind of a hardcore, so to speak, gaming system, or just something that was oh yeah, we're timed on this. So I guess the point of this is sort of like it's to move along, and there was a bird out here that I killed. I guess I don't have to kill it again. Um, and sort of figure out where. go. So let's keep going. But yeah, it just sort of looks like they're taking the same strategy, and I don't think that's gonna work this time either necessarily. Um, but one of the things I started thinking about in particular was that um, you do have to look at the big picture a little bit. So um, I'm interested in what's going on with Japanese developers in particular because I like Japanese gaming, and it's kind of important um, to think about what Japanese developers are going to develop for. Now, I feel like right now is the time of the Vita and the 3DS in particular, and the PlayStation 4 is doing pretty well. But I just did that video not so long ago where I was like going over some about the Vita mostly, but it was some console sales, and that is this open? Well, I guess it is. There's a bunch of zombies. Um, that PlayStation 4 is not doing great hardware-wise in Japan. And ultimately, Japanese developers are going to be developing for Japanese audiences. And you have to have something that they're going to be putting their games on. So, what this is leading me to... Can I not go through this door? It's open. Come on. Alright. I've been okay with this game so far, but like, if I can't go through that door... so we got 2 minutes left, and a door that I can't... Here, you can jump, you can like roll. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, maybe I needed to just like shoot the door down. Alright, well that was annoying. So yeah, so I just want to get to where I'm going here. But yeah, so Japanese developers. So it's like we've got the 3DS kind of seems like they're bailing. I'm not sure exactly why. I could be wrong. That could just be in North America. The Vita seems like it's still going pretty strong, but I don't know how long that's going to be supported, and I don't see Sony making another handheld. So where's Japanese development going to go? Is what I'm wondering. And does that go to the PS4? And my concern about that is that I don't know that there's enough hardware sales in Japan for it to really go to the PS4. And maybe that's not a valid concern. Okay. So this is kind of cool. I mean, it seems like you're trying under the time limit to like go through. I mean, there's all these collectibles and different things. So I missed them, and she's like, oh, she found her bow sword. So I'm sure you guys can see where I'm going with this, and I guess I'm just going to ignore their conversation for now. And, so it's like, I feel like if Nintendo's making a new console, and it's a little underpowered, I think that might be a plus in the Japanese market, honestly, for Japanese developers. I don't think they're nearly as keen as, on dumping a bunch of money into big budget games for the kind of the higher end platforms. I mean, this is a case in point. I mean, this is pretty obviously like a pretty low budget game. Now, maybe the PS4 is the successful system, and they just keep making stuff for that, and maybe the Switch doesn't get that third party support that it needs. But the Japanese developers aren't going to go to Microsoft. The Xbox One and the new whatever. I can't even keep track of if the Scorpio is just like the slim model or the updated model or what. But whatever it is they're doing, the Japanese developers are not going to be on board with that this gen. So I'm just wondering if that leaves the Switch as kind of the future of where Japanese developers are going to get on board and start making all kinds of games. So some of that is really just going to depend, I think, on like what sort of relationship Nintendo can have with third parties, and whether the future of gaming in Japan is, PS4 or mobile or the Switch. But I think that's an important thing to think about is the Switch could really be the next big console, slash handheld, because I think that might fit into the Japanese market a little bit better than the Wii U did or than the PS4 does, and maybe that's the system. So I don't know. I'm curious what you guys think about that. That's my take. I didn't do very well on that mission, but I'm talking. This is the first time I've played these. Well, it was the second time I played that mission technically. But all right, so we've got new weapons. The RT. It's the Maruseiyu. Anyway, it looks like a rifle. I don't know. These all just have names. This is the Jude R404. Great. But yeah, I wanted to talk about some other stuff. You guys got to see Houdini. He's doing good. He has been being really good, and he's been, just fun to play with. But I needed some snake time every once in a while. I just want to see how he's doing. So I went in and I poked at him, and he was getting all riled up because I was bothering him when he was curled up in his rock. He's probably trying to sleep, and so he did not want to be bothered. So it was pretty cute. Okay, so we can choose this other character. Let me see. Oops, god darn it. Oh, this is cool. So I guess we could I don't know, give him different weapons and stuff. I don't think I'm gonna mess around with this right this second. I just wanted to see if... Oh, okay, so it doesn't look like I can pick other characters for these missions yet. I'm just going to pick her like it is. Mission start, yes. Yeah, but I want to talk about some anime, maybe. The new season is really good, actually, from what I've seen so far. So I've been watching... this actually started last season. Ever since that day. Sounds like she's gone through a lot of stuff, but yeah. So I started watching. It's a show about a shogi player. It's called March Comes In Like a Lion, and it was just one of those series I tried out. It's really good, actually. It's kind of a drama, and it's just about this kid who has basically devoted his, to this point in young life to playing shogi, and he's in high school, but he has become a professional shogi player, and it's the kind of the charm and personality that the show has, while being sort of dark and sort of having a really good balance with humor though too, and really relatable, interesting characters, even the side characters and stuff. Something about it is really fresh and good. It's one of those things that you can watch and you can be it's not over the top. It's kind of understated, but it still has a lot of impact, and it's like it gets a little bit dark, but then it always like throws in a little bit of humor there to like bring you back and humanize the characters and things like that. So it's been great so far, and they've got like it's continuing on this season, so that's good. I've been watching that, and I'm also watching. They have the new season of Konosuba. It's like this magnificent world something. It's basically like it's sort of a more comedic, even more comedic version of like Danmachi. It's like this guy is transported to this world that's it's basically a video game. It's not like Sword Art Online. It's like he actually dies and is granted the option of being reborn in a different world. Oh, this is like the same place, I think. You are in my way. There we go. All right. Well, looks like we're going down again. So let's go over here. But it's super funny. That was one that was on like the first season was a season or two ago, and it's hysterical. The characters are really funny. It's kind of a parody, but I'm really enjoying that this season a lot. I'm just trying to think of like an example for you guys. I mean, basically like uh, in this season, like they've racked up a whole ton of debt, and like so they're trying to pay it off, and like they got a tip about this dungeon that they can go into that might have some new stuff because they found a secret passage in it, and it's just funny because like this goddess character that he has with him like keeps attracting all these undead, and like he's finally impressed. He's like, oh wow, like you're actually useful for once, because she's like able to fight off all these undead. And then he's like, wait a second, they're only here because like you're attracting them, aren't you? And so he uses his hide skill to blend into the shadows, and then just lets her like kill them all because he's annoyed at her. It's like that sort of stuff happens like all the time in the show. It's like they're always griefing as that particular character. It's really funny. And then let's see, like there's some other good stuff. So there's Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, which is a lot of fun so far. It's like this random Japanese like salary woman who gets drunk and meets this dragon, like an actual dragon, just out in the park or something, and the dragon falls in love with her, so she like comes to live in her apartment and be her maid. It's funny. They've done a really good job with it so far, and there we go. These bastards out. So all right, so we're getting like fake walls that come up, and then there we go. All right, mission complete. So yeah, so there's a lot of. It seems like this game is all about like getting used to the missions and then running through and doing the like trying to collect all the stuff and whatnot. I hope there's enough content to this game. That seemed to be what people were like implying. Is it's like it's fun to play through like once or twice, but like it needed to have a little more meat on it. So I'm hoping it's not really bare bones. But anyway, I just wanted to show this off. I'm running out of time, I guess, on my tablet, and talk about a little bit of anime. I'm just trying to think. Is there anything else that I started watching that's particularly good? Oh, Interviews with Monster Girls is pretty good. It's a little harem comedy-ish with like this, honestly, this teacher at a high school. But like, I mean, he seems like kind of a nice guy character, and like I think it's gonna like keep from being completely ridiculous. So it's kind of cool. It's like these high school girls that are different monster girls, and so he kind of like helps them out with their problems and things like that. He's kind of acting as a mentor for them. It's pretty good so far too. So anyway, I just wanted to share with you guys, my impressions about the Switch and some of the anime I've been watching, and let you guys see this game. So I'll play some more of this. I'll let you guys know what I think of it. But anyway, that's about it. Thanks so much for joining me, and I hope you'll join me again for more video game related videos. Take care, guys.